Good morning from my kitchen. I'm Kimberly. This is my channel, Kimberly Down South, and my channel is about Slimming World, which is a UK-based weight loss program that I did when I lived there. And now that I am back trying to lose weight again, I decided to pull out my books and start doing the Slimming World program. I started out with a bang. I was doing so well, and then as happens, you know, things come up and I started not really focusing as much. And so my weight loss since, I'm going to say the last month, has slowed down. So I had to refresh myself and rethink and start deciding what I wanted to do to get back on track. So I'm going to start doing some meal prep videos, what I eat in a day, and try to be a little more strict in my tracking until I can get myself leveled out in a good routine. So anyway, I thought I would invite you to my kitchen again. I think it's one of the first things that I did when I started the program. So it is late. It is right around lunchtime, and I have not eaten yet, but I am hungry, and I've got to go to the grocery store just to pick up a few things later. So I don't want to go on an empty stomach, because if I do, every single thing in the store will look fabulous, and it will end up in my trolley. So we are not going to do that, and instead we're going to eat something before I leave out of here. Anyway, another thing that I need to do is get my steps on track. So I pulled out my Fitbit, and I've got to charge it up because it is just about at the end of its battery life. So I'm just going to plug it into my outlet here. I put in these outlets because sometimes I can't always find a something to plug my chargers in, because they might be, you know, charging my phones or something else. I put these chargers in that has a USB and a USB-C outlet, so I can just plug it straight into that. So anyway, I'm going to have, as soon as I prep them, some mushrooms. I'm going to have an omelet. I had some mushrooms I needed to use up, so I'm going to go wash those and get those done. And I also have some little tomatoes that I need to use up. So I'm just going to make me an omelet that has mushrooms and tomatoes. And I think I've got an onion. I do. I've got a red onion that I had left over. And I'm going to turn that into an omelet. I got my fry light that I'm going to use that was sent over to me. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then I've got this in my cupboards, some pink salmon. So I'm going to try to think of something to do with it. Claire, what are you barking at, girl? No telling. Anyway, I'm going to try to think of something to do with this canned salmon today. I might make some fish cakes. There was a suggestion to have the salmon in my omelet, but I don't want, I like salmon and I like my omelet, but today I don't want salmon in my omelet, so I'm just doing a 2-egg omelet. So I'm going to get that done. I'm going to head to Walmart. What you think about my glasses? I already showed you guys the other new pair. This is probably going to be my more everyday pair. This is a blue pair. Anyway, they're fabulous. I like them. And I'm going to have me some more. I'm going to order, one of my friends orders online from one of those online eyeglass places. As long as you have your prescription, you can order them online. So I'm going to order me some more, so I'll have all sorts of colors. My other ones are cat eye, and they're kind of funky, and they're all like gold rimmed, so I probably won't wear those every day. Those would probably be something I would wear a little more dressed up, you know, maybe going out for something a little more put together, which I do apologize because I was looking at my last videos. I looked haggard and I looked, I don't know, like I wasn't even trying, which I probably wasn't because I have not been feeling that good since I had COVID, but I apologize. I'm going to try to put myself together more. I don't know if you consider this put together, but it's a little bit more put together than my last video. But anyway, I'm going to cook this omelet. I'm also watching some other Slimming World or weight loss based videos, and the one that I was just now watching is Debbie's World. She's doing Mounjaro, but she's has a long history with Slimming World, so she still does a lot of stuff that would be relevant to you know, what relevant to you if you're doing Slimming World. Although right now she is doing the calorie counting, but she's still in the Slimming World arena, so watch her stuff. It's interesting and, you know, very relatable. She shows up and comes to the live event that Beyond Authentic, Rufus and Lisa, they do a weekly live event, and anybody can come. You don't have to be doing Slimming World. There's a lot of people in there that are doing other things. You have some people that are doing calorie counting. You have some people that are doing the get out of the kitchen, out, 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 out of the kitchen, go, go, go. Oh my gosh. I don't have children, but I have dogs that are like children. And when I'm trying to do something in the kitchen, they're all in here wanting to do whatever it is I'm doing. Anyway, they have a live event every Wednesday at 6:30. I have to think about it because I'm in the States, so for me they come on at 12:30. But it's a live event. They have a topic, and they do a weigh-in. So if you want to post your weigh-in, if you have any questions or, you know, need advice or want some ideas or whatever, they are good for that. I mean, it reminds me of the Slimming World meetings that they had when I used to live there, which I haven't lived there since 2018. But I do know there's a new format to the meetings. So there are a lot of people from the UK join the live event, and then some of us that don't have access to meetings or are doing it digitally, which I'm signed up to the digital program, we go to this live event, and it's like a meeting. You know, we have a topic, we talk about our weight loss, our weight gains, we share things, we talk about things. They're very welcoming. Quite a few of the Slimming World online content creators are, I don't like to say content creator because that sounds like it's a business, and they're not. They're on there just to document their weight loss and everything. But a lot of them come to the live event, so you'll see. I think Jane Day watches it. I don't know if she watches it live or if she watches it later, but Jane Day does. I've seen Luke John in there. I've seen Byron the Vegan Loser in there. Debbie's World is in there. Let's see. Shell from Bean Feast 57, she comes in there. So if you want to connect with any of the Slimming World community, those of us who do videos, a lot of us are in there at this meeting, and it's a really welcoming group. Everybody's friendly. It's a no judgment zone, so you come as you are, be yourself, and, you know, whatever program you're on, if you're doing calorie counting, if you're doing a GLP-1, if you're doing Slimming World, whatever it is, you can come in there and join this event. But a lot of them in there are Slimming World people, so if you want ideas and inspiration, come on by. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say for now. I'm going to do this breakfast omelet. It's not really an omelet. It's not a breakfast omelet. It's an omelet, but not a breakfast omelet. Oh, I know what else I'm going to use. Putting all the veggies in today. I have got some baby spinach. I'm going to put some of that in there. And then at the end, I'm going to put in one of my healthy extras. I do 30 grams of this mild cheddar cheese. It's the store brand. Kind of what you guys have Asda. We have Walmart. Great Value is the Walmart brand. So I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to figure out something to do with this salmon. And I'll take pictures of what I eat today. And you can see what I eat. Last week, as you know, I gained 2 pounds. And my goal was to lose 2 pounds a week up until Christmas. So that went the opposite way. And I'm wondering, I got these 0 sugar Pepsis, and I love Pepsi. I do not like Coke. I love Pepsi. And I got these because they were buy 2 get 2 free. No, buy 2 get 2 free. Essentially buy 1 get 1 free. So I had ordered them, and those are my last 4. I put them in the refrigerator. Then I'm going to go back to my good old standby. This is a very southern thing, sweet iced tea, and this is the brand that I get. 0 calorie Milo's sweet iced tea. So once I run out of the sodas, I won't probably be getting those for a bit, and see if that maybe has something to do with the weight gain. I'm not sure. Anyway, hang in there. I'll show you a picture of my omelet when I'm done with all of my speed foods in there. I think everything that I have, onions, mushrooms, tomatoes, spinach, I think all of that is speed. And then I have my healthy extra. I'm using my Fry Light. So I think I'm good with everything there. Then I'll go to the grocery store and get a few things to do me for the week. And then I'll be back. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. But I grew up in this rural area. All of my family lives over here. A lot of them on the same road, and other ones nearby. I think I and my brother are the ones that have lived the furthest away from the family. I lived in the UK from 2014 to 2018. My brother lived in the UK, but he was in the military, so he was on a base up in Yorkshire called Menwith Hill, and they lived outside of Harrogate, which I love the Yorkshire area. I love, the area of Harrogate and outside of Harrogate. They lived in a little village location called Dacre Bates. But when I was in the UK, I lived down in Northamptonshire area, or the county. I lived closer to the east side. I was fairly close to the border of Cambridgeshire, Northamptonshire, and Bedfordshire. So I was kind of in that location. But, it was rural, but you also had stores nearby. My closest store is like 7 miles away. Something like that. It takes me about 10 minutes to get to there, which is Springville, 10 minutes to get to Odenville, which is what my address is, even though I'm similarly located the same distance from all these places. So anyway, I just thought you might be interested to kind of see what it looks like around here. So this is a major highway right here. This is Highway 174. I'm headed to Springville so I can pick up a few things from Walmart. And I just messaged my dad. I told you maybe last week that my nephew was in town. He lives in Augusta, Georgia. That's about 4.5 hours away. So he just came over to hang out with my dad for a little bit. They've been working on an antique car. It's a car that my nephew's going to inherit one day. Like, it's not like a just happened thing. We've always known that, but it's a 60-something Mustang convertible that my dad fixed up, and he and my mom used to, before she passed, used to go to a lot of car shows, antique car shows, and they would drive their car, and some of their friends would drive their cars, and that was a thing. But then after my mom got sick and they couldn't go to these things anymore, he just kind of, shut the car up and didn't really do that much with it. But then he brought it out and started piddling with it, and my nephew came over, who's the one that's going to inherit the car one day, and he wanted to piddle on it with him. So if you're one of my Facebook friends, I posted up some pictures of them working on it. Dad had it down. He just built his own personal garage so he could tinker on cars back before he retired, because that's one of his interests. And so you can see the picture posted of them working in the garage. They got the car up on a lift and they were having to do something to the transmission. So anyhow, oh my goodness. So I'm just looking out to see who's out working in this farm. So this family over here, called the Vans, they've always had their farm over here. The father and the father's brother kept cattle, and then when the son was of age, he was in on that too. Years ago, the father and the uncle passed away, and then so the nephew was, still had some cattle, and maybe not on the same scale as maybe his father did, but he still had some cattle. And he also developed this thing, like people could come and visit, like a farm visit, and they would grow pumpkins. They'd have a pumpkin patch, and you could come and get you a pumpkin in the fall and all these other things. Well, anyway, he also was a teacher. He taught vocational agriculture at one of the local schools in the high school. But anyway, a few weeks back, unexpectedly, he died. I don't know. I'm assuming it must have been some heart-related thing, because he was a young person. He's actually younger than me, and I am 51. So, yeah, unfortunately, so all that's left is his wife and 2 daughters, which are maybe teenagers, maybe 12, 13, 14, 15 area. So 2 daughters, his wife, and his mom and his sister. And he had just announced that they were getting ready to prepare for the pumpkin patch for the fall for people to come out to. And so I don't even know if that's still going to happen, but I saw some people on their tractors over there in the field baling hay, which would have been part of the program. So anyway, it's kind of sad. It's sad to pass by that and see something like that happening. But anyway, I'm trying to hold out until I get over to the Walmart, so you can kind of see how our setup is. It's different probably than what you all are used to. Oh. Hello? Yeah, I'm just now passing the Cook Springs store. I'm just passing the Cook Springs Country Store right over here. I'm around the corner. I'll be there in a minute. Alright, bye. So that was my dad. Oh, I had called my nephew to see if he wanted to ride to Walmart. And Dad said, well, we're already on our way. We're going to Taco Bell. So I'm not going to eat at Taco Bell, but I'll meet them over there. They might be going to Walmart, and I'm going to Walmart. So he was calling to see if I was nearby, which I am. It looks like I'm not. It looks like I'm not close to anything, but in a second, I'm going to come around a curve, and then I'll be up over the interstate and over to the Walmart. But I live in a small community. There used to not be a lot of people living here, except particular families. All the families knew each other, farming families and just families that were from the area. And there's still quite a few families from what I consider like the old families that have been here for generations. There's still quite a few here. Our family is one of them. Our family are the Hudgens, Hudgins. The Vans have been around here for a long time. There's another family, their last name is Farmer. The Farmers have been here for a long time. Just all sorts. So, but now the area is becoming more popular. People moving out of the cities. They put in a lot of what we call subdivisions, where you have like an area, they just put up a lot of houses, like door to door to door, not like attached houses, but just really close proximity. Whereas my family lives on property. My grandparents had about 60 something acres, I think, and they farmed it and accumulated different kinds of property over the years. And so my family lives out there on that. Most of my aunts and uncles were out there. Well, in fact, all of them were out there. A lot of my cousins are out there and in and around the area. But we still have, a lot of property around us because all of the family owns the property. And I don't know of anybody outside that any of my family has sold their property to. So most of it's just my immediate family. So here we are at the traffic light. And this is a little shopping center area. And I'm going to turn in here. I'm going to Taco Bell right there because that's where my family is. But the Walmart's over here, and that's where I'll be going in a minute. But that's how I get to my nearest shopping location. Just thought you guys might want to see that. So I am back from going to Walmart. And earlier, before Walmart, I met my dad and my nephew at Taco Bell. I got the healthiest thing I could find on the menu, and it's called a chicken cantina bowl. I'll try to find a picture of one because I forgot to take a picture of mine before I had it. But it has lettuce, pico de gallo, chicken, black beans, a little scoop of refried beans, cheese, and I take out the extra stuff. Like I don't eat the sour cream or any other sauces that would normally come with it. I take all of the sauces off and I take the sour cream off. I'm weird about sauces. Most of the time if I eat something saucy, it has to be a particular kind of sauce. I don't like salsa that I don't make myself. Like the pico de gallo, I'll eat that and I'll make it myself, but I don't like runny salsa on top of my meals. But I'll eat it with like tortilla chips. But anyway, so I had that. I guess the things that would be sinned would be maybe the refried beans. I'll have to look up refried beans and see if it's in the app. I don't even know if it is. It might be. But anyway, I'm just going to show you what I got at the grocery store today. Just the basic stuff that's not exciting. Paper towels. And more of the tea that I showed you earlier. More of the sweet tea. That's in there. Garbage bags, also not exciting. Peanut butter. Crunchy peanut butter. Now, I don't just eat peanut butter, but I have some medicine that I take that I can't swallow. And so they told me to put it in peanut butter. So I'll get like, I don't know, a tablespoon of peanut butter. I need to look that up. Because honestly, I don't always look it up. It's probably a lot of sins in peanut butter, I would think. Let's see. I've got my, here's my app. So I do use it. Peanut butter. Food search. Peanut butter. So a level tablespoon of peanut butter is 4.5 sins. So 4.5 of my sins comes from that peanut butter every day that I put my medication in, usually at night. So there's that. I put all my stuff in these cooler bags. It is so hot in Alabama, and it was not even, let's see if I can get this situated. It was not even the hottest part of the day when I last looked, and it was 88 degrees. So I'm sure it's over 90. Triple cheddar cheese, 30 grams is your healthy extra. I got just a yellow sweet onion, yellow onion. And I'll use one onion for like multiple things because you see how big it is. Like here's my hand and here is the onion. So they're big. I got this little pack of uncured Black Forest ham. I can use those in roll-ups or just as a snack with some cheese or whatever. I did get this Halo Top ice cream. Treats are not something I usually get myself, but I got one of these, and I did look up the sins earlier on this one. I'll look it up and pop it up on the screen in one of these spots right here, so you'll know what it is, because I did look it up before I bought it. I got the 1/3 less fat Philadelphia cream cheese to use in recipes. I got another thing of the Fage Greek yogurt, 0%. I usually get the one that's lactose free, but they don't carry it at Asda. I have to get that at Publix. I got the fat-free cottage cheese to use in some recipes. I'm going to make, I think, some breakfast bites, which are like little egg bites, and I can make them in my Instant Pot. I have the little egg mold. Let's see if I have it down here. I don't have it down there, but I have the little egg molds that you make them in, and they make little muffin top egg bites. I thought that would be something easy for breakfast. I got the Bon Maman cherry preserves. I use a little bit of this and mix it in with my yogurt when I want a snack, and I also put some berries in there. Stevia, I use stevia sweetener in my tea and over my fruit when I want to sweeten up my fruit. That's all that's in that one. In my next pack, I got the classic iceberg lettuce salad. I'm going to try to eat mostly salads for lunch with different toppings. I can either use this ham on it, or I can use, I still have some of my chicken strips, frozen chicken strips. I also got the tropical fruit blend fruit, because I do have the McBerry one. I also got these, they're fully cooked. They call them ham steaks, but it's like your gammon. So I would have that. I could have that anytime. I can have it at breakfast, with dinner. Like I might would make this and a baked potato and, you know, something else. So I got a pack of those. And that should, you know, that goes, I like things that go a long way. Oh, this has nothing to do with food, really. I got me some little scrub daddies. These are little sponges for washing dishes. I've been needing some of those. I got a pack of tomatoes on the vine. So my plant produced a few tomatoes, but not enough to feed me. I got a mixed pack of Baby Bell cheeses. I'll have to look that up. I didn't get the light one, so I'll have to see what it is for just a regular one. But this has the regular in there. It has the Monterey Jack, white cheddar. So it's just a mixed bag of the Baby Bells. What else do I have? Oh, I'm going to make a little salad. It's a cucumber, onion, and tomato salad, so I got a cucumber. I'm going to leave that in the bag for right now. I got the grass-fed ground beef, or beef mince as you would call it. And last but not least, I got a pack of chicken breast to do something with this week. So between the mince, the ham steaks, or the ham, the ham steaks, the mince, the chicken, I think I should have a lot of options this week for meals. What else did I get? Did I even show you I got apples? I did. Just this pack of Gala apples. I didn't know that I was picking it up, but these are the organic Gala apples. So also got those to snack on. If I want something sweet and I want to be healthy, that's what I've got. So that's what I got. I spent about $125 on the shop. Alexa, how many British pounds does $125 equal?
125 US dollars is about 92 pounds and 24 pence.
So that's how much.
By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No, thank you. So anyway, about 92 pounds if you want to know the equivalent of what I spent today on my grocery shop. So since I had a late breakfast and the early afternoon meal, I probably won't have a big meal. I was going to use that salmon and make something, but I don't really think I'm going to be hungry for a big meal tonight. So I probably will end up just having some fruit and yogurt later, and I'll take a picture of that, but it's not very exciting because I just don't think I can eat another meal, like a real big meal. So anyway, until next time, I will post up a picture of what I had when we went out to Taco Bell, the Cantina bowl. I'll try to find a picture of that. And then I'll post up what I have this afternoon. And I have a few other pictures from things I had yesterday and maybe the day before, at least yesterday. And I'll post those on there too, so you can kind of see what I'm doing and what I'm eating. And again, I'm not doing weigh-in tomorrow. I'm moving my weigh-ins to Tuesday. So when I weigh in this Tuesday, it should reset me on the app, I think, to start maybe weighing on Tuesdays. Because I don't want to cancel and start over. I want to continue with what I'm doing. So anyway, look for that. And I will talk to you later. Bye.